What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with part 2 of my assumptions about me / ask me anything video. All right, let's get right into it. So the first one comes from Universal Love 878. Thank you so much for participating. She says, question, I love your home. What advice would you give on finding the right real estate agent / broker? Sometimes they have the credentials but not experience or right personality and just looking for the next deal. Thanks. Actually, I can't answer that question because I don't own, I rent. But my bestie Mo used to be a real estate agent. So let me call her and hopefully she'll answer, and she'll answer that question for you. Hey girl, hey, I'm filming you right now as we speak. I'm doing an assumptions about me / ask me anything video. And one of the questions is, what advice would you give on finding the right real estate agent / broker? Sometimes they have the credentials but not experience or right personality and just looking for the next deal. You know, I don't own, so you used to be a real estate agent, so I figured you could answer this question for this viewer. Okay, go.
I would suggest, like, for a real estate agent, you can go ahead and probably get, like, pre-qualified at whatever lender you choose. For a real estate agent, I would probably do Facebook. Like, social media is really good for real estate agents because it'll be typically the more experienced ones. You'll find them in your timeline. You can ask around, make a post, ask if they know a real estate. You're looking for a real estate agent that's experienced and pretty much about their business.
All right. Thank you so much, friend. I will call you later.
Okay.
Bye. All right, so hopefully she answered your question. Thank you again for participating. All right, next up we have a question from Tova and Lakeisha. Thank you so much for participating, girlfriend. She says, I assume that you don't take no shit from anybody. Also, you're a great mother. Question, how do you feel about same-sex marriage? Thank you for complimenting me on my motherhood. No, I don't take no shit from nobody. I used to get bullied a lot growing up. I got in a lot of fights growing up because people just didn't like me, or they just like to fuck on me and pick on me. So when I got like in my late 20s, I really started asserting myself and stopped taking shit from folks and set boundaries with people. And yeah, I just learned you have to teach people how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, you ain't gonna have no problems out of them. But it's all about how you do it. You can do it respectfully. You can do it nice, nasty. But you can, put your foot on their necks and let them know. How do I feel about same-sex marriage? I'm pro same-sex marriage. Yeah, I feel like love is love. I don't give a fuck who you love or who you want to have sex with, marry, all of that stuff. I fully appreciate and support the LGBTQ community. My brother is gay, so yeah. The next one is from Eleonora Watson. Thank you for participating. She says, hey, my daughter just had a baby 6 months ago. Was your family supportive to you and your son? I try my best to be supportive with everything that she does. My family was very pissed off at me when I got pregnant with Kyrese because I had just had an abortion 6 months prior when I was 16 years old. And then I turned back around 6 to 7 months later and got pregnant with Kyrese. So my family was like, what the fuck is going on with this girl? Like, the fuck is going on? So my mother was very pissed off at me. My father was very pissed off at me. They both was pretty much giving me their ass to kiss for the first half of the pregnancy. But even with them giving me their ass to kiss, they were still there for me every second. My father was the one that took me to every doctor's appointment when I was pregnant with Kyrese. My mom started coming around after we got my first ultrasound and realized I was having a boy. My brother was there for me. He was like the surrogate father to Kyrese. Kyrese actually has my brother's middle name. I named my son after my brother. And yeah, they were fully there for me financially, emotionally, with the medical bills and things of that nature, and just for the overall support. My mom was the one that watched my son when he was a baby. That's how she ended up starting her own daycare business. But the main thing was that it was known that this is your child, you're going to raise it, we're going to help you, but this is your responsibility. So you just have to be there for your child, but still, like I said, set boundaries and let them know that I ain't the mama, you are, I'm just the grandmama. Next up is from Tracy Chappelle. She says, I assume that you always wanted to be a writer. What is another career path that you wish you could have tried? I did always want to be a writer. I remember when I was a little girl, I remember being on the side of my mama's bed one day playing, and I told her I wanted to be an author. I also said I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a pediatrician. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a fashion designer. Those are all the things in life that I've ever wanted to do, and I wanted to produce movies. So those are the things that I've wanted to be and am still trying to be in certain areas. Next up we have from K Jinx. I hope I said that right. Thank you for participating. She says, number one, you low key balling. I do all right. Am I rich? Hell no. I'm nowhere rich, but I know how to live comfortably and within my means. Number two, you really don't want a man because you enjoy your freedom. I'm going to have my freedom with whomever I with. Period, poo. That ain't got to do with me having a man or not. Do I want a man? Yes, I want a man. Yes, I do want companionship. Yes, I do want somebody that can be my lover and my confidant, but I just don't want any old thing. I want something that is made for me from the man up above. I'm just not willing to settle just to say I got somebody, because it took me a long time to get comfortable being alone. One of my biggest fears growing up was that I didn't want to end up like my mother. My mother is a single woman. I wanted to break that generational curse on my mother's side of being single moms, not having a man, and basically just being single. And after I got sick and ended my last relationship, I made the decision to be single and to learn how to love me and be my own best friend and my own confident and love my own company. And now it's gotten to the point where I think I love my company a little bit too much. But yes, I'm going to have freedom regardless. Ain't no man about to come in my life and dictate how I move. And whoever I'm going to be with is going to be very supportive of my lifestyle and the choices that I make. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? You have to have your own goals and opinions and, desires. Next up we have is from Asia Means. She says, okay, I will be the first to comment. My assumption is that what this is hard, because for the most part you're an open book from my last comment. Okay, I'm gonna assume even though you don't post many cooking videos, when the urge hits, I think I cut it off right there. I'm so sorry. I think I cut off the end part of your question. But yes, I do have a few cooking videos up under my Cooking with Keisha playlist. I love to cook. My ex was a chef, and I was there with him during the beginning stages of his career. And so I learned so many tips and tricks in the kitchen, and then just things that I've learned over the years from my grandmothers and from my mom and from my brothers. But I actually absolutely love to cook. I love trying new recipes. I'm a Pinterest recipe queen. But yes, I love food. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. Next up is an Instagram question from Just Me. She says, you've been hurt quite a bit in your relationships. Yeah, I mean, we all been hurt in relationships, but I wouldn't trade any of it for the world. I would actually do everything all over again, but leave quicker. Because those relationships made me into the woman that I am today, and I had to go through those things to learn to stand on and stick to my morals, what I will and won't put up with, what I want in a man, what I want to give to a man, what I needed to learn and grow in to be the better woman for a man. So yeah, but have I been hurt? Of course, but I've made money off that hurt by putting in all of that hurt into my novels. Amen. Won't he do it? Next up, we have an Instagram question from Crazy Sexy Cool. Thank you so much. She says, shadiest stuff an author has ever done to you. Years ago, an author accused me of plagiarism, of plagiarizing her work. It wasn't true. Nothing ever came of it. Did it hurt at the time? Absolutely. You couldn't tell me my career was not going to be over. It felt like I was Job in the Bible, like everybody was against me. Everybody was believing what this person had said about me. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to go through in life. But out of that came one of my biggest novels to date, Torn, that shut everybody the fuck up. The next question, I cut off the top of her name. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for this question. She says, if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned that back in the day you used to be involved with a street guy. I'm assuming a street pharmacist, LOL. Could you share a story of an incident, good or bad, from that time? I have this image of you being a boss in my head, LOL. I love your channel, and please keep doing what you do. Thank you. Thank you so much for this question. Yes, I dated several street guys when I was younger. Kyrese's father actually was a drug dealer. He was one of the guys here in St. Louis that everybody knew of. Him and his family, they came from a long line of street pharmacists. And he was hot out here in these streets. Everybody wanted him. So when he got on me, I was like, oh yeah, because back then I thought it was so fly to be dating somebody that was well known in the streets or whatever. So I was like, that's my nigga, that's my man. Such a bird, such a dingbat. Nothing is cool about dating somebody that sells drugs, because that same drug dealer is the same drug dealing ass nigga that left me with a baby and did not help me financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, nothing, raise that baby. And out of that, he got 9 years in federal prison, and he was just released 2 years ago. And Kyrese had just met him for the first time when he turned 18 years old. So yeah, nothing cute comes from that. The only thing that I can remember as far as when I was dating him, I would go on runs with him. And if you don't know what a run is when he went to go, make deals or whatever. I was in the basement with him when he was bagging up and using the scale and all of that type of shit. But, I was scary. Even with me dating dope dealers, I was still scared. I didn't want to be around that shit. I want to go to jail for nobody, bitch, because I'm not accepting no collect calls. But, yeah, he made a lot of money off of it, and they all were busted. They was running $1 million drug ring, and all of them went to prison. Yeah. So that's that. B is the person's name. She said, number one, I assume that you dream about living outside of St. Louis. I do. I always want a place here in St. Louis, but my goal in life, and something that I will achieve, because I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere, is that I will have a beach home. My dream is to have a home on the beach, preferably like Malibu. I've always wanted to have a beach home. Like, I love the water. That's why I live by the water now. But I want to be on the ocean, be able to walk out my door, dip my toes into the sand, and sit and watch the ocean waves crash. Like, that is my dream home. Number two, assume that you have no interest in learning how to drive. I don't. No interest at all, because the lifestyle that I live, I don't need to have a job. I mean, a car. My son just recently got his first car. I purchased him a car for his birthday. But as far as me, myself, I literally have no reason to leave my home. I wash here in my home. We have a gym in my building. I get all of my groceries delivered. The only time I leave my home where I have to use transportation is when I go get my hair done every 2 weeks and I catch an Uber. And that's $10. So I'm spending $40 a month on transportation there and back. So no, I don't need a car. I'm a rich white woman. I know that I will be chauffeured around for the rest of my life. Period. Next up is from Ocean Goddess. Thank you so much for participating. She says, assumption. You love and enjoy both high, low, luxe because you slay all day no matter the price. Absolutely 100%. You do not have to be dipped in designer from head to toe to be that bitch. I've proven it. So many others have proven it. Yeah. Period. Next up, lovely lady. Monique just texted us. Woo, child, caught off guard. Sorry, right, friend. Lovely lady 2324 says, "Ooh, I want to be so nosy." And I said, "Well, girl, ask away," but she didn't get back in time to ask me whatever she wanted to be nosy about. So you missed your chance, girlfriend. Next up is from Rachel Wilson. She says, "I assume you are a straight shooter when you talk and that you don't take anyone's crap. I assume that you are a loyal, ride or die for your friends." Absolutely, period. My besties and I have been best friends for 30 years at this point. My best friend Alosha, who's been on my channel maybe a few times in the past, me and Alosha have been best friends since we were 10 years old. We are now 39. Ooh, we old. Me and Monique have been best friends since I was 16. She was 17. All of my other girlfriends, yeah, been friends for years. I have a very tight knit circle. I don't call you friend easily. So if I do call you friend, I genuinely fuck with you, like you, love you, and feel that you are a friend to me and I'm a friend to you. There are very few that I do call friend, and of course even fewer that I call my best friends. But my best friends aren't even best friends to me. They're literally family and sisters to me at this point in my life, because I know that they have my back through thick and thin. That has been proven time and time again. And the same thing, I'm very loyal when it comes to my friends. I'm very supportive when it comes to my friend. I will do anything for my friends. I love my friends dearly. Like I said, my friends are my family. God forbid anything ever happened to them, I don't really know what I would do, because they are literally my ride or dies. As far as I don't take any shit from anybody, no, I don't. Once again, like I said in the last video, you have to set boundaries with people. You have to teach people how to treat you. But with that being said, a lot of people assume that I'm just like this mean person just because I assert myself. And that's so not true. Anybody that knows me knows that I am a softie. Like, I'm so goofy and lovable and just will do anything for anybody. Like, I'm just not this mean person, y'all. So don't think that I'm just like this mean, angry bitch that just like cussing folks out. That's not me at all. I play all day. And yeah, I'm a softie at heart. Like, such a softie. I'm a pink girl. My channel is Color Me Pink. I named it that for a reason. I'm so pink at heart. Next up is from Ashley. "I assume that it was hard becoming a writer and staying motivated and faithful in this creative field." It is hard, especially when I've been doing it for so long. It's gotten to the point now where I'm in competition with myself and nobody else. And it's so hard one-upping yourself with each book. But I pride myself on giving my readers the best content possible. For me, it was not hard becoming a writer, becoming a published author, because God blessed me immensely. I would not be here if it wasn't for God. I was literally one of those people that wrote my first book, sent it into the publisher, and immediately got signed. A lot of people don't have that same story. It takes some authors years to get put on. But I was blessed because God, anointed me to be put in that position to be able to get published so quickly. So I thank God. The next thing that she said is, "Did you have emotional support? Were there times you gave up aside from your son? What kept you going?" Only time that I ever wanted to give up on writing was after I got sick, because I had just so many things going on mentally and physically within myself, that I just lost my passion for writing. I did not want to do it, and I was just at a standstill, but I couldn't stop writing because that was how I made my bread and butter. But thankfully it took me a while to get back into the rhythm and groove of things, but I eventually found my love for writing all over again. Do I have some emotional support? Yeah, I do, but I don't necessarily need emotional support when it comes to my novels. When I do want to talk things out, I can, of course, always go to my friends and they will give me sound advice. And then she said, "I asked because only now I see people praise creatives, but it wasn't always this way. So I wonder about your journey." So yeah, that's pretty much my journey, Ashley. Thank you so much for participating. And that is it for part 2 of my assumption / ask me anything video. You guys' questions were so good. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully, once again, that you learned a little bit more about me and you feel a lot more closer to your girl. I'm not a meanie. I'm so not. I love you guys. I fuck with you. You fuck with me. We're a family. I'm giving you guys a virtual hug. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe. Hit that Amazon storefront right now. So anything that I have shown you from my home that I got from Amazon, you can buy right now through my Amazon storefront. So check out the link down below in the comment section. See you guys on the next video. Bye.